It's almost. The House will come to order. Members, please register. Have all members registered? Have all members registered? A quorum is present. The House and gallery will please rise for the invocation, which will be offered by Pastor Kason Huddleston from Freedom Place Church in Rowlett, sponsored by the Honorable Katrina Pearson of Rockwall County.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we gather together here today in agreement in the name of Jesus. Mighty God, we thank you for the great state of Texas and these representatives who effectively and valiantly are defending us against all enemies, both within and without. According to your word, Lord, bless them exceedingly for protecting the unborn, our children, our families, our churches, borders, and livelihoods. Command a blessing on the unified people here. Supernaturally bring a blessing on this house as they stand in righteousness and make them unbreakably unified to drive out all ungodly divisiveness and come in agreement so we can have victory. Lord, we just thank you for all that you've done, that you would remain stable and you'd remain strong in this house. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right, the chair now recognizes the Honorable Denise Villalobos of Nueces County to lead us in the pledges of allegiance to the United States and Texas flags.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, the chair will now hear excuses for absent members. Please excuse Ms. Holt because of important business in the district on motion of Ms. Luther. Please excuse Mr. Tinderholt because of important business in the district on motion of Ms. Luther. Please excuse Mr. Little because of important business in the district on motion of Ms. Pearson. Please excuse Ms. Gervin Hawkins because of important business on motion of Ms. Allen. Is there any objection? Chair hears none and is so ordered. The chair is pleased to recognize Dr. Larry Kravitz from Austin as the Doctor of the Day. Members, join me in welcoming our Doctor of the Day.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Doorkeeper,
Mr. Speaker, I have a messenger from the Senate at the door of the House.
admit the messenger.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am directed by the Senate to inform the House that the Senate has taken the following action. The Senate has passed the following measures. HCR 20, Craddock, sponsor Sparks, in memory of Matthew Travis Stice of Midland. HCR 21, Craddock, sponsor Sparks, congratulating Dennis Johnson on his receipt of the 2024 Top Hand Award from the Permian Basin Petroleum Association. HCR 22, Craddock, sponsor Sparks, commending Dr. James Olson on 50 years of service to the University of Texas Permian Basin. HCR 23, Craddock, sponsor Sparks, congratulating Kathy Shannon on her retirement as Executive Director of the Permian Basin Petroleum Museum. HCR 24, Craddock, sponsor Sparks, congratulating C. Richard Dick Sivals on his receipt of the 2023 Top Hand Award from the Permian Basin Petroleum Association. HCR 25, Craddock, sponsor Sparks. A lot.
Mr. Guerin moves to defer the reading and referrals of bills till the end of today's business. Is there any objection? Chair is none, and it's so ordered. Chair recognizes Mr. Patterson for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move that the House grant permission for all committees and subcommittees to meet while the House is in session during the bill referral period until 2 p.m. Tuesday, March 25th, pursuant to their committee postings or recess motions.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. The motion is adopted. Members, we have several announcements. The clerk will read the announcements.
The Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence, Subcommittee on Juvenile Justice, which is scheduled to meet today at 10:30 a.m. or upon final adjournment, recess, or bill referral if permission is granted, will convene in the posted location during bill referral and upon adjournment of the formal meeting of the Committee of the Delivery of Government Efficiency. The Committee on Ways and Means will meet today during reading and referral in room 3W.9 in a formal meeting to consider pending and referred business. The Delivery of Government Efficiency will meet today during reading and referral upon adjournment of the Ways and Means Committee in room 3W.9 in a formal meeting to consider pending, referred, and committee business.
All right, members, we do have a birthday today. Please join me in wishing Aisha Davis a happy birthday. Members, we do have some memorial recognitions. Will you please take your seats? The chair now recognizes Representative Lopez for memorial recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today we gather to honor and remember Deputy Ruben Garcia of the Cameron County Constable's Office, who died in the line of duty on September 30th, 2024, at the age of 49. Words cannot fully express the sorrow felt at his loss. Ruben Garcia was born in Albina, Michigan on March 10, 1975. To his mother, Carmen Garcia, and Raul Cantu, his father. He also enjoyed the affection of his sister, Rebecca, and several nieces and nephews. Mr. Garcia first joined the force as a member of the Cameron County Sheriff's Office. Once he went on to serve to the community with tremendous integrity and professionalism. After 22 years, he transferred to the Cameron County Precinct 1 Constable's Office, and he distinguished himself as an asset to that agency for nearly 2 years. He was admired and respected by his colleagues for the compassion and kindness that he brought to the job. Blessed with a loving family, Deputy Garcia cherished the relationship he shared with his wife, Myra Garcia. And he was a proud father of 3 children, Ruben, Damien, and Camilla. While the death of Ruben Garcia brings immeasurable sadness to his loved ones and colleagues, he leaves behind a legacy of selfless service that will continue to inspire all who had the privilege of knowing him, including here today at the Capitol. We have his friends and family. If you can please stand. Myra Garcia, Deputy Ruben Garcia's wife. Damien Garcia, Deputy Ruben Garcia's son. Camila Garcia, Deputy Ruben's daughter. And Cameron County Precinct 1 Constable Norman Esquivel, Jr. Members, help me pay tribute to the life of Deputy Ruben Garcia and extend heartfelt sympathy to those who mourn today because of his passing, including his family and friends. Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members.
Members, please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you, members. Members, we do have another memorial recognition. Chair recognizes Representative Lopez for memorial recognition.
Mr. Speaker, members, today we gather to honor and remember Maria Ninfa de la Garza, an individual who touched lives in profound ways. Though she is no longer with us, she passed away on November 17, 2024, at the age of 88. Her spirit, kindness, and legacy will continue to live on with memories that she created with her loved ones and friends. Ninfa de la Garza was born on May 22, 1936, in San Benito, and grew up with the companionship of a brother, Gaston. Ms. de la Garza enjoyed a rewarding career as an educator, and she devoted 35 years to teaching children in South Texas. She held a bachelor's degree in education, a master's degree in reading, and certifications in elementary and bilingual education. She dedicated herself to her family above all else. She shared a rewarding marriage with her husband, Hector de la Garza, and she took pride in her daughters, Teresa and Lori. And Teresa continues the legacy in education and is now serving our capital here in my office. Ms. de la Garza had the privilege of seeing her family grow to include 4 grandchildren, Christian, Nina, Andrew, and Aaron. Her life was further enriched by her beloved dogs, Dart and Scout. In her leisure hours, she enjoyed gardening and shopping, and she took great pleasure in visiting Disney World with her grandchildren and making memories. In all her endeavors, she drew strength from her Catholic faith. Ninfa de la Garza lived a caring and purposeful life, and she will forever be remembered with deep affection by all who had the good fortune to know her. Members, please help me pay tribute to the memory of Maria Ninfa Cantu de la Garza and extend sincere condolences to the members of her family, her husband, Hector de la Garza, her daughters, Teresa Servillon, who is up in the gallery here today, and Loranda Romero, to her grandchildren, Christian Servillon, Catarina Romero, Andrew Romero, and to her other relatives and friends. Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members.
Members, please rise and join us in a moment of silence. Thank you, members. The chair recognizes Mr. Metcalf for a recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, please help me welcome the Texas chapter of Wildlife Society that's joining us here today. Please welcome them. They're members from Texas Tech, Texas State, Tarleton, and SFA. Welcome to your state capital. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members.
Chair recognizes Ms. Harris Davila for recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today in the gallery we have ladies from the TFRW, Texas Federation of Republican Women 40 Under 40 Leadership Class. They're up here in the gallery. Help me welcome them here. This is the second cohort of the 40 Under 40 leadership class that TFRW puts on, and I'm honored to have been a part of the inaugural class that TFRW put together for 40 Under 40, and so I'm so happy to have y'all here. These ladies exemplify what it truly means to be a public servant in their communities, and they work very hard to advance causes across the state. So thank you, ladies, for being here today. We would like to recognize you for all of your hard work, and welcome to your Texas Capitol.
The chair recognizes Representative Gerdes.
And I wanted to say a special congratulations to my wife, Samantha, who keeps Stanley and I under control, and congratulations on the 40 Under 40. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Mr. Cunningham for recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I want to take a quick moment, if I could, and introduce and recognize some special guests. Today in the gallery, I have from my hometown, the Kingwood area Republican women, and I want them to stand up, and I want to say we've got Kathleen Jordan in the green waving the president. We've also got Patricia Moreland. We've got Susie Cintron, Amy Byers, Tracy Chilla, and Audrey Devers. Okay, but anyway, I wanted to say welcome, women, welcome to your capital, and looking forward to getting back home and seeing everybody. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Recognize Mr. Spiller for recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today we have a group of students and faculty from De Leon High School. De Leon is located in Comanche County in House District 68. Please join me in welcoming them to their state capital.
Members, please take your conversations outside the rails. Chair recognizes Dr. Buckley for recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Joining us today is an individual that really needs no introduction. It's an honor to welcome our United States Senator Ted Cruz to the Texas House. In 2003, Senator Cruz was appointed Solicitor General of Texas. During his 5-year tenure working for the Lone Star State, he argued 8 cases before the Supreme Court. Later in 2012, Senator Cruz was elected as the 34th United States Senator from Texas. He was re-elected in 2024 to continue his service representing over 30 million Texans in the U.S. Senate. Senator Cruz believes school choice is the civil rights issue of the 21st century and has been a leading advocate for school choice in the Senate. In December of 2017, Senator Cruz introduced the Student Opportunity Amendment to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which was signed into law. The amendment expands 529 college savings plans to include K-12 elementary and secondary school tuition for public, private, and religious schools. It is the most far-reaching federal school choice legislation ever enacted. The son of a Cuban political refugee and pastor, Senator Cruz is a loving husband of Heidi, a father of two to Catherine and Caroline. He's a fighter for school choice and all of our freedoms in the great state of Texas. Members, join me in welcoming Senator Ted Cruz.
The chair recognizes Ms. Gomez for a recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, good morning. We are so excited to have our Veteran Females United here from Cameron County in their Texas state capital. They've traveled all the way from Cameron County up here to be with you today. We are so grateful for everything that you all have done for your community, for your great state of Texas, and for your nation. Ladies, you are mothers, you are daughters, you are nurses, you are teachers, but more than anything, you are warriors. And we are so thankful, blessed, and honored for your service. Please stand and be recognized by your great state of Texas legislature. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The chair recognizes Dr. Lalani for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider H.R. 147.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there any objection? Chair is none. The rules are suspended. Following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 147 by Lalani, recognizing February 19, 2025 as the Texas chapter of the American College of Physicians Advocacy Leadership Day at the state capitol.
Chair recognizes Dr. Lalani to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, today we recognize the Texas chapter of American College of Physicians, also known as Texas ACP, as they gather here at the Capitol for their Advocacy Leadership Day. Texas ACP represents more than 8,000 physicians, residents, medical students, and affiliate members. They play a vital role in upholding the highest standards in medicine, addressing the scientific, economic, social, and political aspect of our healthcare to ensure patient receives the best possible care. As physicians, we must use our credibility to advocate for policies that support physicians and protect the patient's access to quality of care. Your expertise is invaluable, and your voice is essential in shaping the policies that impact the future of medicine in our state. Today's Advocacy Leadership Day provides an opportunity to engage with the lawmakers, discuss pressing healthcare issues, and work together to build a stronger healthcare system for all Texans. At this time, I would ask our Texas ACP delegation in the gallery to please stand up and get recognized. Thank you. Thank you, members, for the round of applause, the well-deserved, for the members standing in the gallery. Best wishes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move for adoption.
The question occurs in the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The resolution is adopted. The chair recognizes Representative Rodriguez Ramos for a resolution, for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider honorary resolution HR 600.
You've heard the motion. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The rules are suspended. The following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 600 by Rodriguez Ramos, recognizing the family placed on the occasion of the Domestic Violence Advocacy Day at the state capitol on March 20th, 2025.
Chair recognizes Ms. Rodriguez Ramos to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this is a resolution to recognize the family place and, importantly, Delia Hassel for her contributions to the community. She should be up there. This Thursday, March 20th, during Women's History Month, I want to recognize one of the first and now the largest violence shelter in the Lone Star State, family violence shelter in the Lone Star State. The House District 102 community in North Texas region are fortunate to have access to the Family Place, which provides a 24-hour crisis hotline, emergency shelters for women, children, and men, extended stay apartments and transitional housing area counseling centers, medical and dental care, job, technical, and life skills training, among many more services. The Family Place has helped countless Texans break the cycle of domestic violence and abuse, and for that, we are grateful. Located on the right side of the gallery is Delia Hassel. Delia, are you here? I guess she hasn't made it yet. Yes. Where is she? Oh, here we go. She's here to the right. Thank you. Accompanied by her sister, Bertha. The Family Place benefits from the exceptional leadership of Delia Hassel, who serves on its executive board of directors and as chair of the Hispanic Advisory Council, which she established in 2023. The council supports the organization's work bringing resources and advocacy to the Dallas Hispanic community. A lifelong resident of Dallas, born and raised and a small business owner, Delia has served us on the Dallas City Council as Director of Community Relations at Children's Medical Center, as Vice President of the Dallas Parks and Board Recreation, the North Dallas Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, the Greater Dallas Planning Council Board of Directors, the Texas Can Academy Board of Directors, a tri-chair of Friends of Dallas Parks, the Latino Cultural Center, Irving Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and founding director of the UTA DART Transportation Leadership Academy. Delia has been recognized with too many awards for her life of service for me to name. This Women's History Month, we extend our sincere gratitude to Delia Hassel for her work, supporting families and serving as an inspiring role model. Members, please join me in giving Delia a Texas-sized welcome to her state capitol. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move passage.
The question occurs on the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The resolution is adopted. Representative Chia moves to add all members' names to the resolution. Is there objection? Chair hears none, so ordered. Recognition? Motion. Chair recognizes Ms. Davis for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend all rules and take up and consider H.R. 566.
You've heard the motion. Is there any objection? Chair is none. The rules are suspended. Following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 566 by A. Davis of Dallas, recognizing March 20th, 2025 as the University of North Texas at Dallas Day at the state capitol.
Chair recognizes Ms. Davis to explain the resolution.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker, members, and Texans in the gallery. It is my absolute honor to celebrate the University of North Texas at Dallas, a powerhouse of opportunity, excellence, and upward mobility right in the heart of HD 109. UNT Dallas isn't just a university, it's a game changer, opening doors for students who are ready to transform their futures and make a real impact. Whether it's training the next generation of leaders, strengthening our workforce, or driving innovation, this institution is proving that higher education can and should be accessible to all. UNT Dallas and the UNT Dallas College of Law are breaking barriers to build a legacy of excellence that will shape our state for years to come. So, to the students, faculty, and leadership, thank you for the work you do every day. If you are from UNT Dallas, if you would, please stand for recognition. Thank you for coming to visit your capital today. And Mr. Speaker, I move for adoption.
The question occurs in the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The resolution is adopted. Is it a motion? Yes. Chair recognizes Mr. Lozano for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider House Resolution 64.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there any objection? Chair has none. The rules are suspended. Following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 64 by Lozano, recognizing March 20th, 2025 as Calhoun County Day at the state capitol.
Chair recognizes Mr. Lozano to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, it's an honor for me to celebrate with you Calhoun County Day here in the Capitol. On the dais, we have Calhoun County Commissioner David Hall, Commissioner Ronnie Best, Commissioner Joel Behrens, Commissioner Gary Reese, and Calhoun County Judge Vern Lissy. We have extraordinary citizens from all across the country and all across the county from Calhoun County that are here, members. It's a beautiful part of the state of Texas, county seat of Port Lavaca, and we have a tremendous amount of growth in the area. It's one of the areas leading in industrial innovation with a Formosa industrial plant there that's a tremendous source of economic progress for the region. Members, I would ask you to please help me welcome Calhoun County Day to the Texas Capitol. Move passage.
The question occurs in the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? Chair has none. The resolution is adopted. Chair recognizes Mr. Jones of Dallas for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider H.R. 583.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there any objection? Chair is none. The rules are suspended. Following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 583 by Jones of Dallas, recognizing March 24, 2025 as HIV Advocacy Day at the State Capitol.
The chair recognizes Mr. Jones to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this Monday, March 24, 2025, is HIV Advocacy Day at the State Capitol. I would like to commend the Positive Women's Network, Texas Strike Force, for their invaluable work in the fight against HIV/AIDS in Texas. Currently, there are more than 100,000 people living in this state with HIV. These are our neighbors, our family, our friends, and our colleagues. The impact of HIV extends far beyond public health. It touches every aspect of life, from social stigma to financial burdens. While we have made remarkable progress in medical and scientific advancements, this fight is far from over. Stigma remains one of the greatest barriers to ending the HIV epidemic. It prevents people from seeking testing, treatment, and support. It isolates individuals and communities and undermines our collective efforts to create a healthier and more equitable Texas. The coalition advances from our state, including constituents from every member of this body, in leading the charge to break down the barriers and amplify the voices of those impacted by HIV. I urge everyone to join me in celebrating this incredible contribution and the work of the Texas Strike Force in organizing HIV Advocacy Day at the State Capitol. Mr. Speaker, I move passage.
The question occurs on the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The resolution is adopted. Representative Garcia moves to add all members' names to the resolution. Is there objection? Chair is none, so ordered. The chair recognizes Dr. Lalani and Mr. Bojani for a recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, the celebration of Nowruz, which takes place on March 25th, 2025. But since there is no House floor activity tomorrow, we take this moment today to recognize this special occasion and to ensure it receives the acknowledgement it deserves on the House floor. Nowruz marks the first day of spring and the Persian New Year, celebrated by millions around the world and many in Texas from a diverse cultural and faith tradition, including Muslims, Baha'is, and Zoroastrians. It is a time of renewal, unity, and reflection, symbolizing new beginnings, hope, and prosperity. This centuries-old tradition traces its roots back in ancient Persia, where it was deeply connected to the Argarian cycle, signifying growth and abundance. Over time, it has transcended borders, becoming an integral part of heritage of Central and South Asia and beyond. Nowruz is a celebration of community and togetherness, observed with tradition such as spring cleaning, poetry recitation, prayers, and sharing of special food, symbolizing prosperity, health, and renewal. Families gather around a special table called Hafsin table, a symbolic arrangement representing blessings year-round, and welcoming and turning of the new year with hope and joy. In Texas, we embrace the diversity of our communities, and the observance of Nowruz reminds us the rich culture tradition that strengthens the fabric of our state. To all those celebrating, I extend my warmest wishes for joyous and prosperous New Years. May this new year bring renewal, peace, and success to all. Mr. Speaker and members, please join me in commemorating Nowruz and wishing all celebrating Happy Nowruz.
Mr. Bojani.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I'm honored to stand before you to commemorate Nowruz, a holiday this Friday marking the Persian New Year and the first day of spring. This celebration of renewal and new beginnings originated more than 3,000 years ago. During this time, we reinforce bonds with families and communities, promoting dialogue and reconciliation. Many Texans whom we represent celebrate Nowruz, including members of the Zoroastrian and the Muslim communities. So it is an honor to recognize this significant and unifying cultural event in our great state. May this celebration serve as a reminder for us to bring communities together across Texas. For those who celebrate, Nowruz Mubarak. Thank you, members and Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes Dr. Lonnie for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend all necessary rules to take up and consider H.R. 32.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there any objection? Chair is none. The rules are suspended. Following resolution, the clerk will read the resolution.
H.R. 32 by Lalani recognizing Pakistan Day at the state capitol.
Chair recognizes Dr. Lalani to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. While this important day falls on 23rd of March 2025, we are taking this action today to ensure this resolution is adopted and enrolled ahead of time, giving the recognition it deserves here on the House floor. Today, we recognize Pakistan Day, marking the 85th anniversary of the Pakistan Resolution, also known as Qaraardar-e-Pakistan, a pivotal movement in history that laid the foundation in 1940 for Pakistan independence and remains the source of pride of Pakistanis worldwide. Here in Texas, more than 80,000 Pakistani Americans call this great state home. They are business owners, entrepreneurs, educators, scientists, professionals, public servants, and community leaders, all working to build a stronger and more prosperous Texas.
Chair recognizes Mr. Bojani.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I'm honored to recognize Pakistan Day at the Capitol, and the Pakistan Day is actually found on March 23rd, but we're celebrating it earlier today. Pakistani Texans contribute to the economic and cultural success of our state, bringing connections between Texas and Pakistan through education, business, and civic engagement. Recognizing this day here in the Texas House is not just about honoring history, but about celebrating the deep cultural and economic ties that unite us. Thank you.
On this occasion, we celebrate the heritage, achievement, and impact of all Pakistani American community, and we reaffirm our commitment to diversity, mutual respect, and collaboration. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move for adoption.
The question occurs in the adoption of the resolution. Is there any objection? The chair is none. The resolution is adopted. The chair recognizes Ms. Leo Wilson for a recognition.
Mr. Speaker, members, I would like to take a moment to recognize some very special guests in our gallery today. Please join me in welcoming Rusty and Nicole White, the proud parents of my legislative director, Caleb White. It's been a pleasure having Caleb in our office, where his dedication and hard work have been invaluable in advancing our legislative efforts. Rusty and Nicole, thank you for raising such a tremendous, remarkable young man, and welcome to your capital. Members, please join me in welcoming Rusty and Nicole White.
Chair. The chair recognizes Ms. Simmons for a recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, members, gallery guests. I just want to take an opportunity to acknowledge Andre Harris, our District 146 director, on his birthday. Happy birthday, Andre.
The chair recognizes Ms. Morales-Shaw for a recognition.
Members, please join me in recognizing Harris County. It's the largest county in Texas. We govern about 5 million Texans and manage about $3 billion in a budget. So we have the largest delegation here in the Texas House, and our mayor is John Whitmire. Hopefully he sent a representative, our former dean of the Senate. But today we have Marilyn Burgess. Please stand up. She is our district clerk who handles all of our district court business. Thank you, Marilyn. And we've got Dr. Wyatt, who's our county treasurer, on her way. Hopefully she walks in. But we want to thank the office of Commissioner Leslie Briones, and of course the mayor, John Whitmire, and all of the others, city council members in Harris County who take care of our county and take care of our citizens. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to your state capital.
Good job.
Please excuse Mr. Smithy because of important business in the district. On motion of Mr. Darby, is there any objection? Chair is none, so ordered. Seats. Members, we have a memorial recognition. Will you please take your seats? The chair recognizes Representative Lozano for memorial recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And members, I'm honored today to, with a humble heart, to recognize the late Judge Meyer of Calhoun County. Judge Meyer was born in Port Lavaca, Texas, and on January 1st, 2019, he was sworn in as Calhoun County Judge. He immediately put into motion numerous years of ground experience, relationships formed, and vast knowledge of his community to serve tirelessly and passionately until the end. The judge was highly involved in his community. He strongly supported 4-H and FFA events and the Calhoun County Youth Rodeo Association. He served as the president of the Calhoun County Cattlemen's Association for 22 years. He was Chamber of Commerce Man of the Year. He volunteered with Hospice of South Texas for 15 years, and he was instrumental as a member of the Victoria Economic Development Corporation. Calhoun County Judge Meyer died on November 18th at the age of 74, but his legacy and his work will continue to live on in his children, his grandchildren, and in the entire county. So I would ask members for a moment of silence in memory of Judge Meyer.
Members, please rise and join us in a moment of silence. Thank you, members. That's it. Members, the Speaker's desk is clear except for bill referrals. If you have any announcements, please bring them down front. The following bills on first reading and referral, the clerk will read the bills.
HB 2951 by Lozano relating to the Rural Sheriff's County and Constable's Office Salary Assistance Grant Programs are for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 2952 by Alders relating to the definition of cottage food production operation are for the Committee on Public Health. HB 2953 by Alders relating to the egg grading and selling of ungraded eggs are for the Committee on Agriculture and Livestock. HB 2954 by Metcalf relating to the relocation and removal of the dredge spoils of material and navigation district were for the Committee on Transportation. HB 2955 by Curtis relating to prohibiting the purchase of candy and soft drinks under the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program were for the Committee on Human Services. AB 2956 by McLaughlin relating to the central database containing information about sender persons who have been convicted of or received a grant or deferred injunction, community supervision of certain offenses involving family violence and related requirements, or for the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 2957 by Reynolds relating to the operation and movement of motorcycles on a roadway lane for traffic, or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 2958 by Slauson relating to the drug testing of certain persons seeking benefits under the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families Program, or for the Committee on Human Services. AB 2959 by Dean relating to the designation of the portion of Farm to Market Road 2257 by Gregg County at Belstrode Parkway, or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 2960 by Hazel relating to the void provisions contained in certain construction contracts, or for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. AB 2961 by Moody relating to the access of the public information law to certain information by law enforcement agency or prosecutors, or for the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. AB 2962 by Barry relating to the exemption from taxes imposed on gross recipients of electricity sold at subdivisions, or for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 2963 by Caprileon relating to the diagnosis, maintenance, and repair of certain digital electronic equipment, or for the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 2964 by Landgraf relating to the provision of the broadband service in certain rural counties, or for the Subcommittee on Telecommunications and Broadband. AB 2965 by McLaughlin relating to the applicability of a hotel occupancy tax and the use of a hotel occupancy tax revenue by certain counties, or for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 2966 by Meyer relating to the award of the attorney fees and an action involving the exercise of certain constitutional rights, or for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. AB 2967 by Dunn relating to the vision screenings for students in public or private schools, including vision screening information reporting for public school students and the creation of vision care allotment under the Foundation School Program, or for the Committee on Public Education. AB 2968 by Tallarico relating to the single-family homes held by corporate owners for the rental purposes, requiring information for the registration of certain corporate owners, authorizing a fee and civil penalty, or for the Committee of Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. AB 2969 by Kane relating to the licensing to relating to discrimination against or burdening of certain constitutional rights of an applicant of a holder of a license to practice law in the state referred to the Committee of Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. AB 2970 by Paul relating to the implementation of projects in the Gulf Coast Protection District referred to the Committee on Natural Resources. AB 2971 by Dutton relating to the agreed divorce order and suit for a dissolution of marriage referred to the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. AB 2972 by Palisa relating to the medical use of low THC cannabis by patients with certain medical conditions referred to the Subcommittee on Disease Prevention and Women and Children's Health. HB 2973 by Morales of Maverick relating to the designation of spaceports for critical infrastructure facilities for purposes of criminal and civil liability for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 2974 by Craddock relating to the authority of the certain municipalities a certain tax revenue for the hotel and convention center projects and to receive certain tax revenue related to the project for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 2975 by BC relating to the regulation of the cultivation, manufacturing, processing, distribution, sale, testing, transportation, delivery, transfer, possession, use, and taxation of cannabis and cannabis products, and local regulation of cannabis establishments, authorizing of the imposition of fees requiring an occupational license or registration for the Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures. AB 2976 by Kane relating to the marketing and sale of catfish and similar foods by the food services establishments providing administrative and civil penalties for the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. AB 2977 by Harris relating to the authority of certain persons to obtain a third-party review of and property development plans, permits, and similar documents in the inspection and the improvement related to such a document referred to the Committee of Land and Resource Management. HB 2978 by Harris relating to the minimum reimbursement amount for prescription drugs and devices of the Health Benefit Plan Network, pharmacists, and pharmacies referred to the Committee on Insurance. AB 2979 by Harris relating to the prohibition on the exercise of the eminent domain and the disposition of certain property acquired for a certain rail project referred to the Committee of Land and Resource Management. HB 2980 by Tallarico relating to the reporting of a controlled substance overdose occurring on campuses of a public school for the Committee on Public Education. HB 2981 by Leo Wilson relating to prohibiting contributions, expenditures, and related activities for the specific purpose committee for supporting or opposing a ballot measure, creating criminal offense, providing a civil penalty for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 2982 by Zwiener relating to the law enforcement policies prohibiting a peace officer from using less lethal for the purpose of controlling the activity or movement for gathering of people for the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 2983 by Cook relating to the impound storage and notification fees for vehicles stored at vehicle storage facilities, authorizing fee increasements and decreasements referred to the Committee of Licensing and Administrative Procedures. AB 2984 by Curry relating to the rebuttal presumption that a person is intoxicated based on an alcohol concentration level analysis over the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. AB 2985 by Moody relating to the eligibility of certain at-risk developments to receive low-income housing tax credits for the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 2986 by Moody relating to the authority of the Appellate Court to lift and stay in connection with the interlocutory appeal for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 2987 by Allen relating to the annual reporting regarding the establishment of certain school district planning and decision-making committees or for the Committee on Public Education. AB 2988 by Diallo relating to the award of cost and attorney fees in an action involving the exercise of certain constitutional rights or for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. AB 2989 by Metcalf relating to the names, rights, powers, and privileges of the Cedar Port Navigation and Improvement District or for the Committee on Transportation. AB 2990 by Lowe relating to the elimination of the countywide polling place program or for the Committee on Elections. AB 2991 by Kerwin relating to the donation of blood by a person younger than 18 years of age, authorizing a civil penalty for the Committee on Public Health. AB 2992 by Tepper relating to the name function of the Rural Veterinarian Incentive Program or for the Committee on Higher Education. AB 2993 by Guillen relating to the carrying of a handgun by a county commissioner in certain locations or for the Committee of Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. AB 2994 by Guillen relating to the report of the Health and Human Services Commission on Medicaid eligibility determinations or for the Committee on Human Services. HB 2995 by Guillen relating to the provision of medication and respiratory distress in public and private schools or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 2996 by Guillen relating to the definition of the purpose for the gambling criminal offenses and the prosecution of gambling criminal offenses or for the Committee of Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 2997 by Bryant relating to the temperature with certain facilities by the Texas Department of Criminal Justice are maintained or for the Committee on Corrections. HB 2998 by Lowe relating to requiring voter approval for the mass pesticide application by municipalities or counties, over to the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 2999 by Harris Dowell relating to the weight restriction of hydrogen-fueled motor vehicles, or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3000 by King relating to the grant program to provide financial assistance to qualified ambulance service providers in certain rural counties, or for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3001 by Paul relating to the right of an insured to enter into a contract with the public insurance adjuster, or for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3002 by Simmons relating 3002 by Simmons relating to requiring debt collectors to provide certain disclosures to consumers for the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3003 by Leach relating to the unauthorized entry, occupancy, sale, rental, lease, and advertisements for sale, rental, occupancy, or lease, or convenience of a real property, including the removal and unauthorized occupants of a dwelling, creating criminal offenses, increasing a criminal penalty for the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3400. 3004 by Speller relating to the work and activity and function performed by a near high voltage overhead line. Refer to the Committee of Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence, HB 3005, wow, by Gervin Hawkins relating to the payment of under the construction contract. Refer to the Committee of Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development, HB 3006 by Canales relating to the purchase and installation of climate-controlled facilities operated by the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Refer to the Committee on Corrections, HB 3007 by Plessa relating to the vehicles eligible for the toll discount programs. Refer to the Subcommittee on Transportation Funding, HB 3008 by Harless relating to the tuition and fee exemptions by public institutions of higher education for certain peace officers. Refer to the Committee on Higher Education, HB 3009 by McLaughlin relating to the qualifying offenses and the related information of the Texas Department of Public Safety's computerized central database for offenders who have committed certain violent offenses. For the Committee of Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs, HB 3010 by Ashby relating to the establishment of the Rural Infrastructure Disaster Recovery Program. For the Committee of Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs, HB 3011 by Button relating to the franchise tax credits for taxable entries that make certain employer child care contributions. For the Committee on Ways and Means, HB 3012 by Wally relating to the fee for a driving safety course. For the Committee of Licensing and Administrative Procedures, HB 3013 by Hecklin relating to the restriction of the use of the public money for the school district regarding the passage of a bond proposal. For the Committee on Public Education, HB 3014 by Lambert relating to the creation of the offense of the fraudulent use of the possession of the gift card or the gift card redemption information. For the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services, HB 3015 by Alders relating to the inclusion of the direct primary care fees as a qualified medical expense applied towards insurance deductibles and state health benefit plans. Or for the Committee of Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services, HB 3016 by Lujan relating to the circumstances which rental property may void a damage waiver and for rental vehicle. Refer to the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development, HB 3017 by Money relating to the imposing an additional franchise tax at a certain solar and wind energy producers. Or for the Committee on Ways and Means, HB 3018 by Money relating to the study of alternative methods for taxation to replace revenue lost to political subdivisions if ad valorem tax are abolished. Refer to the Committee on Ways and Means, HB 3019 by Kane relating to the authority of certain municipality rapid transition authorities and related entities request of federal funds. Refer to the Subcommittee on Transportation Funding, HB 3020 by Howard relating to the statewide standing orders prescribing epinephrine auto-injector medication for respiratory distress and opioid in public and private schools. For the Committee on Public Education, HB 3021 by Smithy relating to the use of a consumer credit card for the underwriting of rating of certain personal lines and property and casualty insurance policies. Or for the Committee on Insurance, HB 3022 by Smithy relating to the assertion of the legislative privilege by the Attorney General and certain legal challenges to the constitutionality of state statutes. For the Committee on State Affairs, HB 3023 by Toth relating to the license plates issued for the display of certain passenger cars and light trucks. Or for the Committee on Transportation, HB 3024 by Gonzalo Silva Paso relating to required reporting regarding a school district's school counseling program. For the Committee on Public Education, HB 3025 by A. Davis at Dallas relating to requiring a parental consent for the use of corporal punishment in public schools. Or for the Committee on Public Education, HB 3026 by A. Davis at Dallas relating to the payment of fees and costs associated with the driver education and safety courses of driver's license examinations for certain students. Or for the Committee on Human Services, HB 3027 by Reynolds relating to the admission of non-residential undergraduate and graduate students to public institutions of higher education. Refer to the Committee of Higher Education, HB 3028 by Reynolds relating to requiring notice regarding the potentially eligible to vote in certain persons convicted of a felony. Refer to the Committee on Elections, HB 3029 by Howard relating to the administration of non-prescription medications to certain public and private students. Over the Committee on Public Education, HB 3030 by Howard relating to the student loan repayment assistance for certain state employees. Refer to the Committee on Higher Education, HB 3031 by Howard relating to the reapportionment of the state legislature, congressional, and judicial districts and the functions of the duty and the Independent Redistricting Commission. Or for the Committee on Redistricting, HB 3032 by Howard relating to a study of the Higher Education Coordinating Board in coordination with other state agencies on the feasibility of developing clinical sites for nursing students. Or for the Committee on Higher Education, HB 3033 by Craddock relating to the grant program for the nonprofit organization supporting the Department of Public Safety, authorizing voluntary contributions. Or for the Committee of Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs, HB 3034 by Craddock relating to the enforcement and the prohibition on passing a school bus using images and video from school bus infraction detection system. Or for the Committee on Transportation, HB 3035 by Darby relating to the creation of an organized oil field theft prevention unit within the Department of Public Safety. Or for the Committee on Energy Resources, HB 3036 by Landgraf relating to the applicability of a competitive procurement requirements of certain county purchases. Or for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government, HB 3037 by Dutton relating to the temporary decreasing in the rate of state sales and the uses of taxes under certain circumstances. Or for the Committee on Ways and Means, HB 3038 by Dutton relating to the notice of intent to obtain a permit from the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. Or for the Committee on Environmental Regulation, HB 3039 by Dutton relating to the definition of affected person for persons of a convicted case hearing held for the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality regarding certain environmental permit applications. Or for the Committee on Environmental Regulation, HB 3040 by Dutton relating to the eligibility requirements for the public office for persons convicted of a felony. Or for the Committee on Elections.
HB 3041 by Paul, relating to the measures to support the enrollment of students with a non-traditional secondary education at public institutions of higher education, including eligibility for certain student financial assistance programs, for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3042 by Paul, relating to laboratory claim integrity programs or health benefit plans, for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3043 by Wale, relating to the persons entitled to request public hearing from the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality related to the construction of a concrete plant, for the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3044 by Darby, relating to the periodic elimination of generic transmission constraints in the ERCOT power region, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3045 by Gerdes, relating to a franchise tax exemption from corporations operating a spaceport for certain national defense purposes, for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3046 by Morales and Maverick, relating to the display of a license plate only in the rear of a motor vehicle, for authorizing a fee, for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3047 by Alders, relating to the public use of audio and visual materials produced by a legislative branch, for the Committee on House Administration. HB 3048 by Allen, relating to the revision of essential knowledge and skills of public schools, social studies curricula, include the inclusion relating to the history of persons with disabilities, for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3049 by Kerwin, relating to the designation of animal control officers as first responders, for the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3050 by Allen, relating to the salary and wages paid to public school employees making appropriation, for the Committee on Appropriations. HB 3051 by Allen, relating to the policies and procedures of public schools, threat assessment, and safe support of school teams, for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3052 by Allen, relating to the compensation increases provided to certain public schools employers under the Foundation School Program, for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3053 by Burdell, relating to the municipal and county firearm buyback programs, for the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3054 by Kane, relating to the types of trees a governmental entity is authorized to plant on public property, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3055 by Burdell, relating to the authority of a political subdivision to acquire real property, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3056 by Burdell, relating to a municipal and county regulation of certain wind and solar power facilities, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3057 by Landgraf, relating to the network standards of the chimeric antigen receptor T-cell CART therapy, for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3058 by Richardson, relating to the admission of persons holding certain non-immigrant visas to public institutions of higher education, for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3059 by Morales Shaw, relating to the establishment of a paid parental leave program administered by the Texas Workforce Commission, imposing an employer contribution, for the Subcommittee on Workforce. HB 3060 by Spiller, relating to actions brought by the Attorney General on behalf of certain persons under the Texas Free Enterprise and Antitrust Act of 1983, for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3061 by Oliverson, relating to enhancing the punishment for committing certain criminal offenses while disguised or masked, refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3062 by Garrow, relating to fentanyl prevention and drug poisoning awareness education for students enrolled in public institutions of higher education, refer to the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3063 by Perez of Harris, relating to civil prosecution of offenses involving certain municipal parking ordinances, authorizing a civil fine, refer to the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 3064 by Metcalf, relating to the exemption of tangible personal property from ad valorem taxation, making conforming changes, for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3065 by Anchio, relating to the disposition of firearms surrendered through the firearm buyback program administered by certain local law enforcement agencies, for the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3066 by Leach, relating to the entitlement of certain municipalities to certain tax revenue associated with hotel and convention center projects, for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3067 by Leach, relating to the payment of salary up to an individual pending the individual's impeachment trial, for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3068 by Leo Wilson, relating to the consideration of an alternative assessment instrument score in an undergraduate admissions in certain public institutions of higher education, for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3069 by Darby, relating to the approval of certificate of convenience and necessity for certain transmission projects, refer to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3070 by Dutton, relating to a franchise tax credit for opening an early learning and child care center and certain affordable housing developments, for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3071 by Guerin, relating to the cancellation of certain solid waste disposal permits issued by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, refer to the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3072 by Howard, relating to the expansion of eligibility for Medicaid to certain women, refer to the Committee on Appropriations. HB 3073 by Howard, relating to the prosecution of offense of sexual assault, refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3074 by Howard, relating to sexual assault and other sex offenses, refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3075 by McLaughlin, relating to the prohibition on the provision of state money into entities that promote certain ideological programs and the establishment of division in the legislative branch budget board to ensure such entities do not receive state money, authorizing an imposition to a civil penalty, refer to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3076 by Patterson, relating to the authority of certain municipalities to use certain tax revenue for qualified certain projects, refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3077 by Guerin, relating to reports by certain persons involved in the manufacture and distribution of alcoholic beverages for purposes of sales and use taxes, refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3078 by Darby, relating to the manufacture of fees for operation of a real-time electronic logging system to track the over-counter sales of ephedrine, pseudoephedrine, or norepinephrine, imposing a fee, authorizing an administrative penalty, refer to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3079 by Lozano relating to the program under the Texas Emissions Reduction Plan to reduce emissions for certain marine vessels for the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3080 by Lozano relating to funding for roadways and transportation facilities that enable monitoring for commercial vehicles of motor in the border region for the Subcommittee on Transportation Funding. HB 3081 by Holt relating to certain civil penalties under the Deceptive Trade Practices Consumer Protection Act for the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3082 by Spiller relating to the small and mid-sized district allotment under the public school finance system refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3083 by Lopez Obert relating to the independent study on the effectiveness and feasibility of mini nuclear reactors for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3084 by Toth relating to the solicitation by pedestrians for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3085 by Bowers relating to the local option election of the sale of alcoholic beverages in certain areas of municipality and the local regulation of premises in those areas for the Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3086 by Ollerson relating to the requirements of pharmaceutical drug manufacturers to report the prescription drug costs refer to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3087 by Kerwin relating to the authority of the county to restrict sex offenders from child safety zones in the unincorporated area of a county creating a criminal offense refer to the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3088 by Orr relating to the standards and procedures for purchasing goods and resale by the Parks and Wildlife Department for the Committee on Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3089 by Tepper relating to the exclusion of real property repair and remodeling services from sales and use taxes for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3090 by Campos relating to the health benefit plan coverage for hearing aids and cochlear implants of certain individuals for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3091 by Goodwin relating to the regulation of the Railroad Commission of Texas of injection wells used to dispose of oil and gas waste, authorizing a fee for the Committee on Energy Resources. HB 3092 by Gerdes relating to a certificate of public convenience and necessity to construct an electric transmission line for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3093 by Villalobos relating to the calculation of certain ad valorem tax rates of a taxing unit of a year, which the property owner provides notice that the owner intends to appeal an order of an appraisal review board determining a protest by the owner regarding the appraisal of the owner's property refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3094 by Villalobos relating to the calculation of certain ad valorem tax rates of a taxing unit for a year in which a property owner notices that's provided that the owner intends to appeal an order of an appraisal review board determining the protest by an owner regarding the appraisal of the owner's property for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3095 by Morgan relating to damage liability for the collision with a motorist who failed to establish financial responsibility for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3096 by Cunningham relating to designating March 17th as Profound Autism Awareness Day refer to the Committee on Human Services. HB 3097 by Anchia relating to the authority of certain political subdivisions to change the data in their general elections refer to the Committee on Elections. HB 3098 by Bella Montgomery relating to increasing the criminal penalty for certain assaults committed against employees of primary and secondary schools and the conditions of the community supervision for that offense refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3099 by Gerdes relating to adult high school charter program funding refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3100 by Darby relating to the limit on the number of athletic scholarships that may be awarded to foreign students by a public institution of higher education refer to the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3101 by Leo Wilson relating to the provision, accelerated, and supplemental instruction for public school students and outcome-based contracting with those providers refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3102 by Goodwin relating to the exempting school districts impacted by education savings account programs from the recapture and the maintenance of operations of ad valorem tax revenue under the public school finance system refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3103 by Goodwin relating to certain requirements of school district to contract with an open enrollment charter school or entity to operate a district campus refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3104 by McLaughlin relating to salary and bailiffs appointed by certain district courts of Webb County refer to the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3105 by Goodwin relating to establishing a minimum base wage for certain personal attendants under Medicaid and other programs administered by the Health and Human Services Commission refer to the Committee on Human Services. HB 3106 by Goodwin relating to the development of certain regional water plants using safe yield water availability analyses refer to the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3107 by Goodwin relating to the development of model policy by the Office of the Court Administration of the Texas Judicial System, enforcement and implementation of state laws regarding certain persons prohibited by law from possessing a firearm or ammunition refer to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3108 by Goodwin relating to proof of eligibility from an exemption from ad valorem taxation of the residence homestead of a person refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3109 by Perez of Harris relating to the operation of Financial Crimes Intelligence Center refer to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3110 by Perez of Harris relating to civil asset forfeiture of digital currency or other similar property refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3111 by Perez of Harris relating to the search of certain wireless communication devices by a peace officer refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3112 by Tepper relating to the application of the Open Meetings Law and Public Information Law to government information related to certain cybersecurity measures refer to the Committee on Government Efficiency. HB 3113 by Troxclair relating to requiring the ballots of certain counties to be scannable for the Committee on Elections. HB 3114 by Guerin relating to the view of the Capitol of the State Capitol, refer to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3115 by Choclair, relating to the authority of the Cow Creek Groundwater Conservation District to regulate certain wells, for the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3116 by Busey, relating to authorizing an optional county fee on vehicle registration in certain counties to be used for transportation projects, for the Subcommittee on Transportation Funding. HB 3117 by Choclair, relating to the authority of certain municipalities to use certain tax revenue for hotel and convention center projects, for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3118 by Choclair, relating to the use of municipal hotel occupancy tax revenue in certain municipalities, refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3119 by Johnson, relating to the preservation of evidence collected from a forensic medical examination for certain sexual assaults, refer to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3120 by Kitzman, relating to certain duties of the owner or operator of residential child detention facility, refer to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3121 by Collier, relating to the maternal mortality and morbidity in the state of Medicaid eligibility of the coverage and for certain services provided to pregnant women, for the Subcommittee on Disease Prevention of Women and Children's Health. HB 3122 by Collier, relating to the defense and prosecution for the possession of certain consumable hemp products containing a controlled substance or marijuana, for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3123 by Kitzman, relating to the powers and duties of personal bond or personal bond and pretrial supervision office, refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3124 by Bojani, relating to health benefit plan coverage of certain physical therapy services and the practice of physical therapy, refer to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3125 by Guerrero, relating to the establishment of the Texas Workforce Commission on the Geothermal Energy Workforce Education and Training Initiative, refer to the Committee on Energy Resources. HB 3126 by Darby, relating to the election of certain school districts to participate in uniform group coverage program for active school employees, refer to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3127 by Bojani, relating to the time for providing a response to a request for a pre-authorization of health benefits, refer to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3128 by Bojani, relating to the retirees of the Teacher Retirement System of Texas who resume certain employment with a school district, refer to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3129 by Orr, relating to making a donation to Operation Game Thief Fund when applying for a hunting or fishing license, refer to the Committee on Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3130 by Bojani, relating to the limitation on increases in the appraised value for ad valorem tax purposes of a residential real property lease of an elderly person, for the Subcommittee on Property Tax and Appraisals. HB 3131 by Bojani, relating to a study by the Public Utility Commission of Texas of the effects of current laws, rules, and regulations in the state, political subdivisions regarding the pole attachments, have the expansion on broadband services, for the Subcommittee on Telecommunications and Broadband. HB 3132 by Alders, relating to the reporting requirements for assisted reproductive technology, including vitro fertilization, for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3133 by Bojani, relating to the user reports of explicit deepfake material on social media platforms, for the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3134 by Cook, relating to advanced air mobility, refer to the Committee on Transportation. HB 3135 by Smithy, relating to the issuance of specialty license plates for retired firefighters, refer to the Committee on Transportation. HB 3136 by Harris Davila, relating to excused absences from public school for the purpose of visiting an institution of higher education, refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3137 by Lowe, relating to the prohibition on certain herbicides and food and beverage additives, authorizing a civil penalty, refer to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3138 by Lopez A. Cameron, relating to the authority or municipality or county to regulate certain matters related to firearms, air guns, archery equipment, and other weapons and related supplies, refer to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3139 by Zwiener, relating to the authority of a county overlying the Edwards Aquifer to approve the creation and issuance of bonds of a municipal utility district, for the Committee on Land and Resource Management.
HB 3140 by Lopez of Cameron, relating to the network adequacy standards for preferred provider benefit plans, for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3141 by Zwiener, relating to the information relied by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality for the purposes of the rules involving rainfall estimates, for the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3142 by Isaac, relating to the school marshals, including eligibility for the appointment of the school marshals and the licensure of training requirements, for the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3143 by Isaac, relating to the establishment of the Safety Protection Grant Program under the parent whose child received the safety is in jeopardy may elect to transfer the student to another public school campus or receive funding for the student to attend private school, refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3144 by Isaac, relating to the use of public school or institution of higher education as a polling place, or for the Committee on Elections. HB 3145 by Compost, relating to the Department of Public Safety program to provide grants to the public improvement districts for services of homeless individuals, or for the Committee on refer to the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 3146 by Bumgarner, relating to certain hearing conducted by the State Office of Administrative Hearings, or for the Committee on Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 3147 by Hicklin, relating to the fiscal reporting by public schools, or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3148 by Hicklin, relating to the automatic admission of students to general and automatic teaching institutions, or for the Committee of Higher Education. HB 3149 by Ashby, relating to the instruction on Hunter education for public institutions of higher education. Public high school students refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3150 by Paul relating to the billing and reimbursement for medical equipment, devices, and supplies provided to Medicare enrollees refer to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3151 by Hull related to the expedited credentialing of certain federal qualified healthcare providers provided by the managed care plan issuers and the Medicaid managed care organizations refer to the Committee on Human Services. HB 3152 by Hull relating to the display of Pledge of Allegiance in the United States flag and the Pledge of Allegiance to the Texas flag in public school classrooms refer to the Committee of Public Education. HB 3153 by Kerwin relating to hiring and employment requirements for persons in contact with certain children at certain facilities refer to the Committee of Human Services. HB 3154 by Hopper relating to the creation, powers, duties, and financing of the Wise Regional Water District, granting limited power of eminent domain, providing authority to issue bonds, providing authority to impose fees, creating criminal offenses refer to the Committee on Natural Resources. HB 3155 by Simmons relating to disclosure of fee of certain landlords of residential rental application transactions refer to the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3156 by Darby relating to the fluid oil and gas waste products and byproducts of that waste refer to the Committee on Energy Resources. HB 3157 by Darby relating to the interim charges charged by the electric utilities during a rate suspension period for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3158 by Darby relating to the imposition of application fees for certain permits and permanent amendments for the disposition of oil and gas waste for the Committee of Energy Resources. HB 3159 by Darby relating to the severance tax exemption for oil and gas produced by certain risk stimulation wells refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3160 by Toth relating to the Internet Safety and Technology Protection policies in public schools and libraries refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3161 by Villalobos relating to the member contributions for the Texas Municipal Retirement System for the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3162 by Leach relating to the use of an accessible absentee mail system by certain voters or for the Committee on Elections. HB 3163 by Leach relating to the county in which an application for the court-ordered mental health services must be filed for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3164 by Leach relating to the withdrawal of a candidate for the runoff primary election for the Committee on Elections. HB 3165 by Leach relating to increasing the criminal penalty for the offense of sexual assault of a child and changing the eligibility for parole for certain persons convicted of that offense or for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3166 by Cook relating to the authority of a court to grant a commutation of punishment for certain individuals serving a term of imprisonment and to victims' rights regarding a motion to grant refer the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3167 by Cook relating to the prosecution and punishment of the criminal offense of organized retail theft refer the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3168 by Cook relating to the creation of the fraudulent use or possession of the gift card or the gift card redemption information for the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3169 by Montgomery relating to the authority of certain municipalities to receive certain tax revenue derived from a hotel and convention center project and pledge certain tax revenues for the payment of obligations related to that project for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3170 by Kane relating to the transparency in special education legal proceedings involving a school district and the limit on the legal fees that may be spent on a school district in special education legal proceedings refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3171 by Lujan relating to the compensation and employment conditions standard by municipal charter collective bargaining agreements and to the resolution and collective bargaining with certain political subdivisions or for the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. HB 3172 by Gates relating to the municipal regulation and multifamily and multi-use development on religious land for the Committee on Land and Resource Management. HB 3173 by Tallarico relating to the certain planning, notification, and evaluation requirements with respect to the workforce development programs in the state refer the Subcommittee on Workforce. Refer the Subcommittee on Workforce. HB 3174 by Rose relating to the county and hospital district disease control pilot programs to reduce the risk of infectious and communicable diseases for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3175 by Riddell relating to the statewide order issued by the Commissioner of State Health Services authorizing pharmacists to dispense ivermectin refer the Committee of Public Health. HB 3176 by Riddell relating to the manufacture, sale, and distribution of products developing using mRNA material and the prevention and the treatment of communicable diseases for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3177 by Anshia relating to the peace officer status as designated investigators and municipal office of investigator Inspector General for the Committee of Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3178 by Riddell relating to the authority of certain counties to impose a hotel occupancy tax for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3179 by Riddell relating to the authority of certain counties to impose a hotel occupancy tax for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3180 by Dutton relating to the contents for request of a disclosure and civil action brought against the Family Code for the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3181 by Dutton relating to the enforcement of the court order for the possession or access to a child or related order modification for the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3182 by Kerwin relating to the authority of certain municipalities to receive certain tax revenue derived from a hotel and convention center project and pledge certain tax revenue for the payment of obligations related to that project for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3183 by Simmons relating to the creation of the Texas African American Heritage Commission for the Committee of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3184 by Simmons relating to the authorization of county and municipality to establish a local minimum wage for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3185 by Metcalf relating to the investigations of certain cyber crimes or for the Committee of Delivery of Government Efficiency. HB 31 3186 by Swanson relating to the intercollegiate athletic competitions based on biological sex, or for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3187 by Shaheen relating to the powers of regional transportation authorities, or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3188 by Raymond relating to prohibiting the purchase of certain food items under the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or for the Committee on Human Services. HB 3189 by Kerwin relating to increasing the criminal penalty for certain conduct consulting the offense of trafficking persons, or for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3190 by Darby relating to the school personnel and public school operations, including the eligibility of certain employees for unemployment compensation benefits, or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3191 by Button relating to the strategies to increase the availability of and access to child care, including the creation of an employer-child contribution partnership program, a child care innovation pilot program, and a franchise tax credit for eligible entities that certain employer-child contributions authorizing civil penalty for the Committee of Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3192 by Frank relating to establishing the age for purposes of admission into public schools for certain children of foreign military members, or for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3193 by Reynolds relating to the punishment of intoxicated assault for intoxicated manslaughter and changing eligibilities, mandatory supervision, parole, and community supervision, or for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3194 by Garcia Hernandez relating to the grounds for denial of a license of disciplinary action of the Texas Board of Nursing, or for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3195 by Garcia Hernandez relating to the regulation of certain senior retirement communities, or for the Committee on Human Services. HB 3196 by Lopez de Cameron relating to the authority of certain municipalities to receive certain tax revenue derived from hotel and convention center project and pledge certain tax revenues to the payment of obligations related to the project, or for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3197 by Slauson relating to the creation of Tarleton State University of Osteopathic Medicine, or for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3198 by Jones of Harris relating to the screening of landlord applicants for residential tenacities, or for the Committee of Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3199 by Craddock relating to the requirement that certain ad valorem tax notices be delivered to a property owner by certified mail, or for the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3200 by Kane relating to certain transactions between governmental entities and abortion funds, as well as entities engaged in pattern racketeering of activity as defined by federal law, or for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3201 by BC relating to the licensing and regulation of lottery corridors of the Texas Lottery Commission requiring an occupational license, or for the Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3202 by Kane relating to the Green Job Skills Development Fund and Training Program, or for the Subcommittee on Workforce. HB 3203 by Howard relating to the equipment used or intended for the use in testing or analyzing a controlled substance, or for the Committee on Public Health. HB 3204 by Metcalf relating to the Polytechnic College of the Texas Houston State University. Sam Houston University, including the college's eligibility to participate in certain programs, are for the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3205 by Compost relating to the imposition of county housing first initiative fee in certain counties, or for the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3206 by Hayes relating to the sequestration of a jury in a criminal case, or for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3207 by Dean relating to the prosecution and punishment of the offense of intoxicated assault, or for the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3208 by Anchia relating to the installation of the Texas Department of Transportation of highway signs for certain cultural attractions, or for the Committee on Transportation. HB 3209 by Morales of Harris relating to the carbon monoxide detectors in certain properties, or for the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3210 by Alcott relating to requiring state contractors, political subdivisions of the state, and the private employers to participate in electronic verification of employment authorization, or E-Verify, or for the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3211 by Dean relating to the participation of optometrists and therapeutic optometrists in managed care providing vision benefits, or for the Committee on Insurance. HB 3212 by Dean relating to providing a reduction of the appraised value of the residential homestead for ad valorem tax purposes for the first year. The owner individual qualifies for the property for the residential homestead of an exemption based on the amount on which the limitation increases the appraised value of the residential homestead, reduces the appraised value of the owner's former residential homestead for the last year in which the owner qualified for the residential homestead for the residence homestead exemption, for the Subcommittee on Property Tax Appraisals. HB 3213 by Dean relating to the evacuation for the installation of the buried fiber optic cable, for the Subcommittee on Telecommunications and Broadband, or for the HB 3214 by Richardson relating to the eligibility of the plumber master license, or for the Committee of Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3215 by Dutton relating to the qualifications and registration of certain voters for parole and mandatory supervision, or for the Committee on Elections. HB 3216 by Dutton relating to the expansion of eligibility for Medicaid for certain work parents for whom federal matching money is available, for the Committee on Appropriations. HB 3217 by Dutton relating to the public comments on masters subject on hearing under the jurisdiction of the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, or for the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3218 by Dutton relating to registering the vote and voting in custody at certain county jails and related procedures, for the Committee on Elections. HB 3219 by Schaffner relating to a statewide issue by the Commissioner of Health Services authorizing a pharmacist to dismiss ivermectin, or for the Committee on Public Health.
HB 3220 by Tepper, relating to the compensation of professional representation of prospective student athletes and student athletes participating in intercollegiate athletic programs at certain institutions of higher education, referred to the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3221 by Tepper, relating to certain employer contributions to a teacher retirement system of Texas, referred to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3222 by Hicklin, relating to the school district policies, appeals to the Commissioner of Education, and reporting on settlement agreements entered into by a public school, referred to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3223 by Leach, relating to the statutes of limitation and repose for certain claims involving the construction or repair of an improvement to real property, for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3224 by Lowe, relating to the compensation and professional representation of certain students participating in university interscholastic league activities, for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3225 by Alders, relating to the prohibition and access by minors to sexually explicit materials in a municipal public library collections, providing a civil penalty, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3226 by Metcalf, relating to the jurisdiction of statutory probate courts in Montgomery County, for the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3227 by Gerdes, relating to the removal, reallocation, alteration, or construction of certain monuments or memorials located on public property, authorizing a civil penalty, referred to the Committee on Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3228 by Lambert, relating to the inclusion of recycling or disposal provisions in certain lease agreements of wind or solar power facilities, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3229 by Lambert, relating to the recycling of certain renewable energy components, authorizing an administrative penalty, referred to the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3230 by Metcalf, relating to capacity cost recovery rider for certain electric utilities, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3231 by Kerwin, relating to the prosecution and punishment for the offense of trafficking persons, increasing a criminal penalty, referred to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3232 by Harris, relating to the strong families credit against certain taxes for entities that contribute to certain organizations, referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3233 by Harris, relating to the patient data maintained by pharmacy benefits managers, referred to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3234 by Cortez, relating to the authority of a political subdivision to regulate construction and renovation of structures owned by certain counties, referred to the Subcommittee on County and Regional Affairs. HB 3235 by Turner, relating to the limitation on increases of appraised value of residence homestead for ad valorem tax purposes, referred to the Subcommittee on Property Tax Appraisals. For HB 3236 by Little, relating to the operation of motor vehicle in school crossing zones while intoxicated, increasing a criminal penalty, referred to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3237 by Turner, relating to certain energy consumption goals for institutions of higher education and certain governmental entities, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3238 by Turner, relating to optional health conditions or disability designation on a driver's license or personal identification certificate, referred to the Committee on Homeland Security, Public Safety, and Veterans Affairs. HB 3239 by Turner, relating to the authority of a governing body or taxing unit to adopt an exemption from ad valorem taxation of a portion expressed in dollar amount of the appraised value of the individual's residence or homestead to the adjustment to the exemption amount in subsequent years to reflect inflation, referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3240 by Garrow, relating to the establishment of the Texas Geothermal Energy Production Policy Council, referred to the Committee on Energy Resources. HB 3241 by Harris Davilo, relating to the authority of certain municipalities to receive certain tax revenue derived from a hotel and convention center project and to pledge certain tax revenue for the payment of obligations related to the project, referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3242 by Moody, relating to the criminal and licensing consequences of certain offenses relating to the possession of marijuana, certain tetrahydrocannabinoids, certain synthetic cannabinoids, and drug paraphernalia, imposing a fee, referred to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3243 by Lozano, relating to the composition of the Board of Calhoun Port Authority, referred to the Committee on Transportation. HB 3244 by Patterson, relating to the location of light pollution mitigation of wind turbine generators, authorizing an administrative penalty, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3245 by LaHood, relating to requiring school districts to annually provide information regarding employee benefits to district employees, retired district employees, and their families, referred to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3246 by LaHood, relating to the Resilience Training Program for first responders and active duty military personnel, referred to the Committee on Public Health. HB 3247 by Bryant, relating to electronic voter registration, referred to the Committee on Elections. HB 3248 by Cortez, relating to the authority of the Defense-Based Development Authority to employ and commission peace officers, referred to the Subcommittee on Defense and Veterans Affairs. HB 3249 by Darby, relating to the rules providing of certification of issues to the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality and the contested cases, referred to the State Office of Administrative Hearings by the Commission, referred to the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3250 by Darby, relating to the regulation of real estate appraisers and the appraisal management companies, referred to the Committee on Licensing and Administrative Procedures. HB 3251 by Vasut, relating to operation and management of the First Capital State Historic Site and replica by the Texas Historical Commission, referred to the Committee on Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3252 by Harris Davilo, relating to the issuance by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality of permits for certain wastewater treatment facilities, referred to the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3253 by Pearson, relating to Rural Constable's Office Salary Assistance Grant Program, referred to the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3254 3264 by Leo Wilson relating to the eligibility of members of the State Board of Education to participate in a health benefit plan offered under the State Employees Group Benefits Program. For the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services, HB 3255 by Paul relating to the authority of a development corporation created by the Gulf Coast Authority to finance certain projects. For the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development, HB 3256 by Paul relating to the meetings of the Board of Directors of the Gulf Coast Authority. For the Committee on Natural Resources, HB 3257 by Olcott relating to the use by a political subdivision of public funds for lobbying and certain other activities. Refer to the Committee on State Affairs, HB 3258 by Button relating to the imposition of penalty or failure to meet to timely file a rendition statement or property report with the chief appraiser or of an appraisal district. For the Subcommittee on Property Tax Appraisals, HB 3259 by Tepper relating to the ability of certain municipalities and counties to elect not to participate in certain event reimbursement programs and to the allocation of portion of the state hotel occupancy tax revenue collected in those municipalities and counties. Refer to the Committee on Culture, Recreation, and Tourism. HB 3260 by Bella Kaufman relating to the Texas Industry Recognized Apprenticeship Programs Grant Program. For the Subcommittee on Workforce, HB 3261 by Johnson relating to the eligibility of certain criminal defendants for an order on non-disclosure of criminal history record information. Refer to the Committee on Corrections. HB 3262 by Lowe relating to an election to approve the issuance of bonds or other debt. For the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3263 by Turner relating to the program for monitoring methane emissions using the funds from the Texas Emissions Reduction Plan. Refer to the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3264 by Howard relating to the inclusion of firearm safety instruction in the required health curriculum public school students. For the Committee on Public Education. HB 3265 by Darby relating to discriminatory practices by a health benefit plan user, pharmacy benefit manager, and a third-party payer, and certain prescription drug manufacturers, distributors, and related persons with respect to certain entities participating in a federal drug discount program providing a civil penalty. Refer to the Committee on Insurance. HB 3266 by A. Davis of Dallas relating to prohibiting a school district from charging fees for late drop-offs or pickups of a student at a district campus. Refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3267 by A. Davis of Dallas relating to the use of force or deadly force in defense of a person. Refer to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3268 by Simmons relating to denial or reduction of an award otherwise payable under the Crime Victims Compensation Act. For the Committee on Appropriations. HB 3269 by Guillen relating to the Rita Littlefield Chronic Kidney Disease Centralized Resource Center established within the Health and Human Services Commission. For the Subcommittee on Disease Prevention in Women's and Children's Health. HB 3270 by Lopez and Cameron relating to periods in which a retail firework permit holder may sell fireworks to the public. For the Subcommittee on County and Regional Government. HB 3271 by Noble relating to the administration, authority, and duties of the Health and Human Services Commission Office of Inspector General. For the Committee on Human Services. HB 3272 by Guerin relating to the operation of an unmanned aircraft over spaceport creating a criminal offense. For the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3273 by Harris Davila relating to limitations on certain suits to recover real property held by another in adverse possession, the unauthorized sale, rental, lease, or advertisement for sale, rental, or lease of the real property, and the removal of certain unauthorized occupants of a dwelling, creating a criminal offense, authorizing a fee. For the Committee of Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development, HB 3274 by Hefner, related to unauthorized entry, occupancy, sale, rental, lease, and advertisement for sale, rental, or lease, or conveyance of real property, including the removal of certain unauthorized occupants of a dwelling, creating a criminal offense, increasing a criminal penalty, authorizing a fee. For the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development, HB 3275 by Richardson, relating to the authority of a municipality to require a minimum amount of parking spaces for certain commercial buildings. Refer to the Committee on Land and Resource Management. HB 3276 by Noble, relating to the eligibility of certain individuals for certification as certain juvenile officers or employees of a juvenile facility. Refer to the Subcommittee on Juvenile Justice. HB 3277 by Perez of El Paso, relating to the basic allotment of a guaranteed yield under the Foundation School Program, including an adjustment to those amounts to reflect inflation. Refer to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3278 by McLaughlin, relating to a study to add incentives for the use of solar and wind energy. For the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3279 by Dutton, relating to the periodic review and expiration dates of state and local tax preferences. Refer to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3280 by Anchia, relating to the participation in a deferred retirement option planned by members of the retirement systems for police and firefighters in certain municipalities. Refer to the Committee on Pensions, Investments, and Financial Services. HB 3281 by Dutton, relating to the procedures and grounds for termination of the parent-child relationship. For the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3282 by Dutton, relating to the certain procedures and suits affecting the parent-child relationship filed by the Department of Family and Protective Services. For the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3283 by Bowers, relating to the mission of governing boards of public institutions of higher education. Refer to the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3284 by Frank, relating to the creation of the Texas Commission on Marriage and Family. Refer to the Subcommittee on Family and Fiduciary Relationships. HB 3285 by Hefner, relating to requiring operators of smart devices to provide information to the users about the collection of personal data. Refer to the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3286 by Kane, relating to to the Commission of Uniform State Laws, referred to the Committee on Judiciary and Civil Jurisprudence. HB 3287 by Bella Kaufman, relating to the Construction Contract Trust Funds, referred to the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3288 by Bella Kaufman, relating to the application of funds under construction contracts, referred to the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3289 by Bella Kaufman, relating to the payment of funds under construction contracts, referred to the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3290 by Bella Kaufman, relating to the time period which certain funds payable under construction contract must be reserved for the benefit of the mechanics lien claimants, referred to the Committee on Trade, Workforce, and Economic Development. HB 3291 by Hefner, relating to the public purpose designation and taxation of certain projects of Type A economic development corporations, referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. HB 3292 by Metcalf, relating to the prohibiting ultra-processed food from being served or sold to students in public schools, referred to the Committee on Public Education. HB 3293 by Gonzalez of El Paso, relating to the rates of electric service provided by a public school district and other local governmental entities in certain counties, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3294 by Reynolds, relating to the offense of providing or requesting or allowing another to provide a breath specimen for an engine interlock device, creating a criminal offense, referred to the Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence. HB 3295 by Reynolds, relating to the repeal of certain requirements regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at public institutions of higher education, referred to the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3296 by Reynolds, relating to the establishment of higher education consortium for civic education and grant program for that consortium, referred to the Committee on Higher Education. HB 3297 by Reynolds, relating to the establishment of the Texas Pre-Kindergarten Fund to support public school pre-kindergarten education, for the Committee on Public Education. HB 3298 by Reynolds, relating to air quality permits for certain concrete batch plants, for the Committee on Environmental Regulation. HB 3299 by Reynolds, relating to the regulation of building products by governmental entities, referred to the Committee on State Affairs. HB 3300 by Reynolds, relating to the study by the Comptroller of Public Accounts on the modernization and efficient administration of state government, referred to the Committee on the Delivery of Government Efficiency.
The House will stand at ease until 9:30 a.m. Friday.